Protests are taking place across Hong Kong this Christmas Eve. Demonstrators have gathered in Tsim Sha Tsui and at shopping malls across the city, chanting slogans and singing protest songs.
And police have warned that they will step in if trouble flares. Our correspondent Leong Wai-kit joins us live now from Tsim Sha Tsui. So, Wai-kit, tell us what's happening there right now.
Well, Glenda, quite a lot of things happening at this moment. If you see the mall behind me, that is Harbour City. Right now, I understand that riot police have entered the premises of the mall because a fight between protesters as well as plainclothes officers had broken out just minutes before we went on air. Now, the protesters have been singing songs and chanting slogans until, like I said, fights broke out minutes ago. Now, you can see here people are still walking outside the mall, all decked in their winter clothes. So these people are the party goers here in Tsim Sha Tsui. I'm going to now take a quick walk to see, let you see a change in scene. You can see police are now all geared up and walking towards my left, which is your right. That's where the mall is. That's where I said riot police are stepping in to stop fights from happening. Still walking officers here behind me. Now, this area here is a totally different scene. It's just a swing away, but you can see this is very somber, a very authoritative scene here. Rows of police vehicles parked here. This part of the road here in Tsim Sha Tsui is blocked, and earlier the Police Commissioner Chris Tang himself dropped in for a visit. He got off a vehicle here and then he talked to various police officers who were deployed for duty on the ground, and then later on he gave a very quick interview to local media where he reiterated some of the police's top concerns. And in recent weeks it has been to stress that crime rates in the city are rising as a result of the ongoing anti-government protests, because the protests, the commissioner says, is draining the city's police resources. But the other message that is strong is not, the other message that is as strong as his verbal message was the physical message, the very fact that he came down in person on Christmas Eve to visit his subordinates and his colleagues is a very strong message and also a very big boost of confidence to his police force. Remember, the police force has been under intense pressure, as the police force would say, because the ongoing protests are draining the officers. They have been working 12-hour shifts, longer than their usual shifts, but they said that they will persist to keep law and order in Hong Kong as long as they can.
Right, so police seem to be working round the clock in this situation and clearly on very high alert for the holiday period, Wai-kit. Are we expecting an escalation in violence, though?
Well, Dawn, it depends on what time you ask me. My answer may change by the minute, by the second even. We have seen an example earlier. Before we went on air, things were okay, but then minutes after we went on air, fights break out. So things are very fluid. What the police officers will have you know is that they are prepared for any sort of violence that may turn ugly. Of course, they are hoping that this will not be the case, because they have been stressing that tonight is Christmas Eve. In Cantonese, they call this Peng On Ye, which is literally a peaceful night. So they are hoping that the spirit of the Peng On Ye can be applied here across the city. But like I said, they are very, very alert to any sort of issues. The police will also remind public that thus far they have thwarted 3 cases of seizures of lethal weapons, including hundreds of bullets, a pistol, rifles, as well as homemade bombs. Of course, they say that they will be on the highest alert. We have been seeing presence of police officers not just here but across Hong Kong across Hong Kong. So hopefully things will not escalate. But like I said, the police will be on high alert to keep law and order issues to keep a close watch on law and order issues here in the city.
All right, Wai-kit, thank you very much for that update from Hong Kong there on this Christmas Eve night. That was our correspondent Leong Wai-kit reporting to us from Hong Kong.